What's happening is Voch here, man. We got landlord, you know what I'm saying? Like, got landlord, Alabama,
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? You know, he just building his platform and all that in the YouTube space, and I'm proud of him. I'm proud of landlord. He has done the work, and not at one time. This is what I like about landlord. Landlord ain't begged to be here. He ain't begged to be here. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Landlord just work. He work. And I'm like, hey, yo, landlord, I respect your hustle. Come on to the channel. Let's talk, man. And landlord here. What's good with your player?
What's going on, man? It feels great to be here. It's almost one of the mama I made it type situations. You know what I'm saying? I started out of your chat box. A lot of people don't know that. You know, none but the originals know that. So, you know, salute to you and your platform and everything you do for the nation, man. We appreciate you.
Let me tell you what, man. I was gonna be, you know, super humble through that. I'm like, hey, man, appreciate you, Lamb. But I've been doing work with Broadus, right? And Broadus is like, Mama, I made it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? For me, and I be trying to hype him up a little bit. He be like, "Hey, man, shut up! Don't be talking to me." And that shit made me sick, man. It's like, dog, you brought us. Chill out. Yeah. You know, and I ain't brought us or nothing like that. But I'm just going. Receive your words. I'm just gonna say appreciate you, man. You know, brothers tell me shut up, but I'm gonna look at you be like, hey, man, appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you
already.
But let's get into it, man. So you know, this ain't TMZ or nothing like that. We don't get into all the mess on this channel, but you know, the Jones is bothering the hell out of people. You know, at first it was just about, all right, well, maybe this just what contract renegotiations look like, and now they're trying to hold up CD and Michael Parsons for their money, man. So what you think we at with the Joneses? Are you sick of the Jones? I know you're sick of the Jones, but I just want your take to be on the channel, man. Where you at with the Joneses, man?
I mean, you know, we got to understand what we're dealing with here, man. This is how they operate. Yeah. You know, it's a different form of operation in Dallas. You know, other people go other places and get contracts, easy peasy. They done with it. You know what I'm saying? But we like to slander our people. We like to tell D-Law you ain't Aaron Donald. We like to tell people stuff like that. So, you know, it's really underhanded, Voch. Because real talk, it's a certain point that you're supposed to show some type of respect for your players. You know what I'm saying? And then it's other players from other places looking on to this. They like, oh, that's how they do in Dallas?
I ain't never going to Dallas.
You see what I'm saying? Is that an attractive place to go when y'all handling y'all people like that? So, you know, it's really strange, man. I think the changing of the guards when it comes to Jerry kind of relinquishing some power, giving it to Steven. I think it got a little underhanded then, because think about it. People didn't have nothing but glowing reviews for Jerry. Like, they love Jerry. They say, man, Jerry take care of you. He take care of your family. You don't hear nothing but good stuff about Jerry. So now it look like with the changing of the, you know, passing it down, it look like it's going haywire now.
Yeah, but boy, they can't stand Steven. I ain't heard nobody say nothing good about Steven. You know what I'm saying?
Never.
But you know what I'm saying? Jimmy Johnson coming out talking about, oh, I'm on the advisory board. Steven, like, ain't no goddamn advisory board.
He hate on everything good.
But go ahead.
Yeah, I just call him Dollar Bill Jones on my side. He ain't trying to pay them country boys nothing. So that's the name we gave him over there on my side of town, man. So
the only thing that we got, you know what I'm saying, to try to help the team and to build the team is the draft. That's all we got. You know what I'm saying? That's all we got. And it's trash because we just can't miss. We're not allowed to miss picks because we don't do nothing else. So year before, man, we was hitting on Tyler and them. We was hitting, you know, Ferg and Bland, and you know what I'm saying? We got to hit on. We do better with the undrafted cats than we do on some of the 5th round, 6th round guys. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. So that's just where we at in the draft. We just can't miss with that. So with that being said, who's some of your guys, man? Who's your pets, your pet cats? Who you looking at? Let's just go right here. 24th overall. Where you at with that?
You know, I don't know if you knew, I'm team wide receiver. You know, that's my wheelhouse, that's my position. And you know, with this CeeDee Lamb stuff, I might be getting lucky. You know, because you know, ain't nobody more petty than the Joneses.
Ain't nobody.
Now ain't nobody more petty than them. What they do when it was time to sign Zeke? Drafted Tony Pollard. Yeah. What they did when it was time, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They got an answer for you. Dak negotiations come up, you go find Trey Lance. You see what I'm saying? So they very petty, but I think it'll be irresponsible to get a wide receiver. I was banging for it earlier, but it felt like we made so many holes as of late, like letting Tyron go, letting Tyler Biadasz go. It's just too many holes to go and get a luxury pick like that at 24. So it'll have to be a offensive lineman. Like I'd be very irresponsible if I didn't go left tackle or center at 24. Even though I want to. Even though I want to. Yeah, go ahead.
We gonna tap in with wide receiver because I do think you could draft wide receiver, just not in the first round. But it's
okay.
And it's about 30, 40 of them that we can we can just break down the chop over real fast. But
it's crazy.
So you wanna draft the O-line first. I saw your mock draft yesterday because I do watch a show. I don't always tell you I'm in there, but I do watch a show.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? I'll be doing something around the house. I'll be cleaning up, you know what I'm saying? Playing with some tools, cleaning my rifle. I just had your show in the back, you know what I'm saying? And you went center in the first round.
Yeah, Jackson Powell Johnson.
So Tyler Smith is your left tackle, sir.
He would have to be in that scenario. If your ideal center, I don't want to move him. Ever since I seen you had Duke on the show too, man. Shout out to him. I feel like he deserved more respect for what his take was.
Okay.
Because I say that because if we give him all this power and respect when it comes to them molding these players into all pros, you got to respect the man's opinion as well, bro. Like, don't just sit up and act like he's just crazy. The man said, don't move Tyler Smith. And when he said it, I said, hey, I'm riding with Duke. That's what I said.
It's some people in the comments that'll be like, hey, fuck what he talking about. Put Tyler. I'm like, how you gonna tell Duke that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
Sure, but so you got Tyler at guard.
I want to keep him at guard. The only scenario I was about to ask you, if your ideal center fall to 24, what you would do in that situation? Because I don't think. Do you think it's a second round tackle that can come in and be your starter?
I don't.
So that's the problem right there. So what would you do?
Well, see, I don't think it's any day two tackles that can come in that can play, but I do think it's some day two centers that can play. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, if you want to, and look, Cowboy might not even do this, but if you want to draft a tackle at first and draft a center in the third, man, nobody want to hear that, dog. But me as O-line guy, I've been telling people all the time, if you just draft offensive line, you ain't got to do it no more. You know what I'm saying? We constantly find a receiver. We're constantly having to draft linebacker and tight end and stuff. Voch says this: if you just draft offensive line, double dip sometime and just get it. Like, dog, Tyron Smith been your left tackle
for 20 years.
Zach, you know what I'm saying? Zach, you ain't have to worry about no right guard, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you just draft properly, you ain't got to worry about the positions no more. However, we don't always draft properly because we don't want to double dip. Good teams double dip all the time, but we don't want to double dip.
Can I ask you a question in that scenario?
Por favor.
Okay. Well, like you say, you feel like it's some second round, third round centers that can start for you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you feel like those centers are better than Brock Hoffman?
Hell yeah, man. And look, I'm cool with Brock.
Okay.
And look,
I think Brock can play though. But
look, let me say this. The Duke interview, 3 parts.
Yeah.
And the third part come out in like 2 days or whatever. So I asked him about Brock Hoffman, right?
Okay.
When Duke talking about Zach Frazier from West Virginia, he's a rookie. Oh man, Zach strong, man. Zach move good. Hey, Zach will be Zach the best center in the class. I say, okay, well, Duke, tell me about Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith is incredible, dog. He's strong as hell. He need to play guard. He's aggressive. He move. Hey, Duke, tell me about Amarius Smith. Oh, he got great feet, man. His hands is long. Look, he ain't got no bad habits. You can take. Duke, tell us about Brock Hoffman. Hey man, he working hard, man. Shit, man.
He all right.
Brock Hoffman. Brock Hoffman come in here every day and he does his job and he's putting one foot in front of the other. He's twisting the doorknob before he walk into the door and he's making some progress. So what that says to me, your ass better go get a sentence. What Duke Manyweather saying.
He got to find regular stuff to give him compliments about. So yeah.
Right. Hard work and all that. So I would love to have Jackson Powers Johnson or Graham Barton, but if the tackle is there, I got to do what makes sense for the team. You know what I'm saying? So if it's
like Barton at the most,
I like I like Barton anywhere,
He versatile.
He versatile, but guard and center for me. You know what I'm saying? Guard and center. He only played center for 1 year, his freshman year in Duke, and he played a little bit of guard and he played a gang of tackle. But I think he'll be great anywhere on the inside. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't really got much to do with his arm length because he got film versus Jared Verse, who's a top edge dude right now. He kicking his ass. Yeah. Beating the hell out of Jared Verse sometimes, right? but he's so fit to play guard because he's strong. He could dig people out of gaps and he can run the zone stuff. He can do the second level stuff. So if I get Graham Barton, I'm going to go. If I can get Graham Barton at center, I can roll the dice with Austin Richards at left tackle.
Oh man, awesome.
I don't like it neither, but let me explain something to you.
Business right there.
So how about this, right? How about this? Let's name teams that we would consider much better than the Dallas Cowboys, right? Let's just play a game. San Francisco, right? Their O-line is literally Trent Williams and some characters.
And some people.
But they get the job done, though. You know what I'm saying? If you look at, just pick an offensive line that we lost to. Miami didn't have a great offensive line. Buffalo had
Eagles.
The Eagles had some dudes, but they was vulnerable. Buffalo leads the league in offensive linemen on their team that I can't stand.
They got a bunch of bad guys, huh?
I couldn't stand Osiris Torrance, and we all know Connor McGovern. Those dudes are not special, but they can run the ball against us because they got a scheme that can do it. They got a scheme that can do it. So now I'm to a point to where I'm like, hey man, why we gotta have 5 studs on the offensive line? I've never been this guy before, but in this particular season, in this draft in particular, I gotta go, all right, dog, why can't we just have a scrub that just gets us by? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So in my world, hey, Graham Barton at center, Tyler and Zach at guard, Terrence Steele at right tackle, and we could just be grooming left tackle. I've seen Dak overcome bad tackle play, so I know he could do it.
I've seen Dak operate in some hostile situations. Like 2020 was hostile.
Sure,
the line was horrible, and he still was putting up tremendous numbers. You know, he ended up hurt, but it wasn't because of the old line, really. You know, he was just scrambling. It was a freak accident type situation. But man, like you said, Graham Barton would be a great pick, and I ain't too mad at him, man. I trust Dak enough to be able to operate. Like, the pressure from the edges is like you can manipulate that better than pressure straight up the middle.
Sure.
And I feel confident in Dak. But the only thing is we seen Dak without Tyron, but I'm gonna tell you right now, and I know you watch film, so you know I'm right about this.
Yeah.
Dak trusts his Tyron Smith with his life.
Yeah.
Like he don't even pay attention to the left side of the line, Voch.
Sure.
Like when Tyron gets beat, Dak is finna get obliterated. Like it's finna be ugly.
Because he ain't see it coming.
It's gonna be like, oh my, you gonna clutch your pearls if Dak gets sacked on that side of the box.
Hell, Dak be getting up. I know damn well Tyron ain't getting beat. I know goddamn well.
What happened?
He gonna look around.
That's how much of trust that you missing, though. Like, people can say what they want to say about, him being hurt, but we talking about the camaraderie that he got with Dak Prescott. That's going to be a big-time shift in that. That might speed that clock up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was team keep Tyron. I don't care what he do.
Yeah.
If he on the field, let him rock out. But, I mean, like you said, I know you can agree with me because you've seen that. Anytime Dak gets sacked from the left side, it is ugly. Yeah. Like it is like, oh my God, is he okay? Yeah. Like he don't have no type of recollection of what's going on. So that's a big loss right there for real, man. But like I said, I do believe he can manipulate the pressure from the edges, step up. But you do need a center to step up, though, Voch. Like,
that's the point. You gotta be good in the middle. As far as Dak go, I've seen Dak be good with both cams. You know what I'm saying? Fleming and Irvin. I've seen him be good with Chuma. Chuma up there don't even know the play. Look, Chuma wasn't bad. He just don't know the play. You know what I'm saying? I've seen Chuma making mistakes and just different trash tackles playing on that left side. My whole point, if Awesome Richards can be better than Chaz Green, I think we'll be fine.
I think he can survive, though. But we just can't. It's just so them little rookie. Well, inexperience. No more. The inexperience can get you hurt, though, man. But it's risky. We gonna have to. This the point right here, Voch.
Yeah.
the Cowboys left us in a situation that we trying to fill like 32 holes on our team with the draft alone.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? We should have been doing this, attacking this from different areas instead of just one. That's why it's so hard. Like, that's why we know we got to sacrifice certain stuff. Like, we like, man, we're going to be able to get this, but hey, that right there just going to have to, we're going to have to pray about that. Like, that's the situation we in, trying to fix the whole team in the draft. That should never be the case. You know how we like to go in the draft. Even if you got some, some dollar store workers in these positions, it don't matter who you got. Long as you got somebody there and you can go to the draft feeling free. You know what I'm saying? We're not free at all.
No.
But it's so crazy that this year we got so many holes that it's almost like we free. You see what I'm saying?
But let me ask you this, though. Do we really have, and the answer is yes. But the answer is 100% yes. But do we really have a bunch of holes on the D? Let me just say this, right? Losing Tyron was impactful. Huge, humongous, right? Tyler Biadasz can be replaced.
He's a replaceable player.
Dorrance Armstrong can be replaced. I don't know where J. Ron playing football at, but I was sick of him anyway.
I don't even know if it's gonna be a J. Ron role in his defense either.
It's probably not, and I'll write that down to ask you about it. But some of the dudes that we lost, I feel like we straight. We just looking for depth at this, and maybe that's why the Cowboys aren't too urgent about it. I think that's a mistake because the goddamn 49ers had the best pass rush in the league, and they'll add two more. They had Randy and they had Chase Young, right? So I don't like just sitting on your hands like that. But are we really in desperation mode? We should probably use we could use some more pass rushes, you know what I'm saying, some more edges or whatever. But we lost Dante and Dorrance. We can improve there. We can improve from Biadasz. We can improve from Van Der Esch. Everybody that we lost for the most part ain't all that good, except Tyron Smith, and we still don't know what's happening with Gilly, but Diggs is back. But even with that though, right? I was excited about what Diggs and Gilly and Bland was going to look like. You know what I mean? I just don't want to be relying on Bland for real. I mean, Bland's cool, but just relying on him. Gilly had to come in and beat CB1. So
Bland my guy, but we got to be honest. Like, can he cover number ones consistently? I don't think we want to see that.
That's the point.
I think he can hold up, but like being a Trey, that's another story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the next biggest hole is that Mozzie is the first one tech off the bench if we don't do something. If we don't do something right now,
that's an actual void right there.
So
like, we can't even sugarcoat that one. Like like I said, we lost Jonathan Hankins, somebody we like, and then Mozzie, we didn't get what we wanted from him. We knew this. Like, the Cowboys should have knew this as well. Like, I said the same thing last year. I was saying I didn't want a defensive tackle in the first.
Sure.
Because I knew that it was a Irvin type position that's gonna take time to marinate. I knew this, but we needed impact right now. And then the same Cowboys just let all these defensive tackles just go past us, just bypass us.
Yeah.
Sheldon Rankins, DJ Reader. These guys would have helped us, Voch.
Yeah.
That's what makes me angry, man. Like, if you know you're not good at drafting a position, Voch, why don't you go buy one?
Sign it up.
Just go buy one, bro. Like, we've been failing at getting a defensive tackle for years. Why have that ain't got through their head yet, Voch? All I'm saying is, if you know you're not good at it, go get it in free agency, bro. You fixed it.
Do you think that that's something Zimmer can fix? Like, do you think that he can take what we have and kind of elevate it a little bit? Because I don't think we're gonna draft one tech early, but just by how this draft kind of laid out, I think you're gonna have to draft one tech early. So if we don't get a chance to draft one tech early, do you think Zim can take what we got and elevate it? And so far, that's it ain't Carl Lewis, it ain't Carl Thomas, Carl Davis. Carl Thomas is a singer, and Carl Lewis run track. So yeah, Carl, what the name? Davis and and Mozzie. Do you think that Zim can take them and pair them with Osa and make something out of that?
I like what Osa did.
The answer is no. The answer is no. I'm gonna let you finish.
It's not possible. It's not possible.
Okay.
Because we asking so much from Mozzie.
Yeah.
And we seen where he was last year. Yeah. So you heard Steven say he's looking for player development. He's looking for these older players, these players that we put any kind of draft capital in or any kind of resources in. Sure. He's looking for them to take steps forward to be real formidable starters on a football team. And that's crazy when you think about it.
Sure.
Because some of these guys, they're not starters. They just depth pieces.
Yeah.
But Steven want to see them take another leap. They got that much confidence in they scouting, right? Like they just feel like everybody's gonna be players with the Cowboys.
They be missing. They be missing just as much as everybody else, dog.
Yeah, they really do.
You know, I was talking to Foots the King earlier. Shouts out to Foots, and he was like, "There's no way we should be drafting one tech early." And I was like, "Man, you know, other teams have done it. You know, they'll draft a tackle. And they'll draft a one tech, and then they'll draft a 3 tech right after that, or just whatever, vice versa." And we spent the first round pick on Mozzie or whatever, right? But we don't know what the hell Mozzie. And that's the big question mark, man. If Mozzie showed us anything, that's my biggest problem. Mozzie ain't show us nothing. Awesome ain't show us nothing. Schoonmaker ain't show us nothing. Overshown got hurt, so he couldn't. Fehoko ain't show us nothing. Even if them dudes did get better, we don't know what they're going to be. We have no clue what year 2 of them going to look like.
Exactly. That was my whole problem with the way he's thinking. You talking about them getting better, but how much better?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They might get a fraction better and it don't move nothing. Yeah. Like, is it going to move the needle? Like, and I see a lot of people championing Overshown. I think Overshown was showing some good stuff, but we don't know, Voch. Like that's an unknown at this point. Like, we hope so.
Yeah.
You know. And then the man coming off of ACL, so we finna give him all of this responsibility. Yeah. We looking at Overshown like, hey, come fix our linebacking core. And this man coming straight off of ACL. Yeah. That's irresponsible.
And we looking for linebacker this year. So that tell you what they think about Overshown for real. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, we're not finna go out there with 4 linebackers. Somebody gonna, like, Clark gonna have to sit down. They signed Kendricks. Kendricks gonna play because he know the scheme. You know what I'm saying? He's played with the Vikings before. So what, Overshown, new dude, and Clark gonna rotate or something? Clark gonna be playing kickoff and he gonna get cut or something.
On the sideline.
Yeah, ain't no telling what's gonna happen.
Street clothes.
Do you have a favorite one tech or like a DT you've been watching? Just anything like that you've been looking at?
You know, the one out of Texas, Sweat.
Devondre Sweat.
He just got a charge. Something like that.
I ain't saying. Look, I don't want to smile like that's a great thing. But look,
yeah, you know, when you a Cowboy fan, you gotta be kind of hopeful for stuff like this. That's sad.
I looked at the article, man. They said he walked out of jail with a mask and a towel on his head because he didn't want to be seen. Man, how many 6'4", 380 pounds niggas y'all got in jail? Everybody in jail 6'4", 380, 360. Nah, we know who you is, dog.
You caught red-handed, sir.
But I don't think he gonna fall like people gonna think that he gonna fall. Like, he's still talented, and there's some teams that, I mean, you could rob a bank the day before the draft. We don't care. We're gonna take you good.
Can you play football?
So, Pete, if you go O-line first, what's your next 2 picks looking like? Wide receiver? I mean, you got to get a running back at some point. D-tackle? What you looking like?
You asking me or what the Cowboys will do?
I'm asking LandLord. The Cowboys gonna draft a safety.
I'm drafting Keon Coleman.
Okay.
Or either Adion Mitchell. If them guys fall that far, Xavier Words, I like all of them.
Okay.
I like all of them. Really, I really do. Like, I think Keon will be the perfect type of Cowboy. They say he's CeeDee Lamb cousin. Yeah. He makes all these circus catches. We need a big body possession type receiver. I think he'll work out well with Dak. Like, we ain't really seen Dak with a physically imposing type wide receiver. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
We see the circus catches, the concentration that he does. Look, just cooking people on routes. I love it, man. I really do want to see Dak with a wide receiver like this. Yeah. We haven't seen it.
I wonder how many Cowboy fans mad that Gallup gone. You know what I'm saying? And,
not many.
Yeah, they're not gonna be mad. But let me ask you this: since I'm just gonna let these Keon. I can't play this play because copyright. Let me ask you this: so, you cool with Jalen Tolbert, who's a South Alabama guy? You cool with Jalen Tolbert just kind of being the guy? And you know what I'm saying, I know you talked to Tolbert and you did the interview with him, and that's one of your guys, and all that.
I'm hopeful for Tolbert. I'm rooting for him, but I'm trying to win right now, though. You know what I'm saying? So if I couldn't pass up on a big time wide receiver this year.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. This is the wide receiver Christmas draft. Like,
yeah.
I don't want to be the one that miss out this year. I just don't.
Yeah.
So the second round to me should be receiver. And you want to know why it should be, Voch? It should be because you got Brandon Cooks on a 1-year deal and he's 30. So he won't even be in the equation next year. You got CeeDee Lamb on a contract year. You got Jalen Tolbert coming up in his 3rd year. After this year, you're gonna have to sign him.
Yeah.
How close to signing him are you?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you really do need another receiver. You really do. And then one more reason why it should be receiver. I'm willing to bet anybody that the BPA will be a receiver at that point.
Yeah.
I guarantee you they will. It's going to be BPA in the second round. It's going to be a nice receiver sitting there watching.
BPA.
And we're going to have to make it.
It's going to be a wide receiver going to be the best player for like 3 rounds. And like second round, third round. And then look, to be fair to your point about, Mitchell and, Coleman or whatever, they may be the best player on the board at the time in the first round or whatever, right? But you gotta just politic a little bit, man. You gotta draft, and most teams gonna go, all right, Brian Thomas is right here for me. I can get Brian Thomas right now, or I can get the other best player here, and I can get Ladd McConkey later, or I can get Ricky Pearsall later, or I can get Keon Coleman later. I'm a Jalen Polk guy, or you can get Jalen Polk later. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many of them dudes. Just like Jermaine Burton is your guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so many of these dudes that just floating around. I don't know how many of them get to the 4th round. I think the big run is gonna happen right at the end of the first, all second round and all third round. And the problem with that is Cowboys ain't got a 4th. So we got to make a decision. If we going to be a part of this, it got to be in the 2nd or the 3rd. And that's what sucks.
That's exactly what I was about to say, because they might make it to your round, but will they make it to you? It might be a run right in front of you.
Yeah.
We've seen that happen to us plenty of times where we trying to wait and wait and wait. I did some research on that Jalen Tolbert draft, man.
Please. We
really just waited too late, Voch. Like every other, I like Jalen Tolbert. I feel like he can become something, but we talking about potential when it's coming to him, and It's his 3rd year now. Like, it's almost contract time.
Yeah.
Like, you see what I'm saying? So I did some research on that draft, man. Jalen Tolbert, the only other player that was even noteworthy was Romeo Doubs. That means we waited way too late. Every other receiver did nothing in the draft. Yeah. Nobody else. And Romeo wasn't even just, you know what I'm saying?
He wasn't one of them.
Everybody. Yeah. He shocked everybody playing the way he played. Yeah. So that right there indicates to me that we definitely waited too late, Voch. We waited too late. I don't want to do that this draft. Yeah. Go wide receiver in the 2nd, man.
I think Tolbert to be cool, but I just want to use him more like a Cedric Wilson. I don't want to have to rely on Tolbert so much. Now there's room for a Wilson on your team. You know what I'm saying? Just somebody to rotate in, come in and, different sets or whatever, 10 personnel or whatever. And, you could just use him and he'll end up with 700 yards in a season or something like that. I think there's room for guys like him. But like you said, man, I'm give me Keon Coleman, give me Jalen Polk, give me Pearsall, give me Ladd McConkey.
I think you should look at it like we did CD, really. We really should, because you might as well just think like Brandon Cooks ain't there. Yeah. Because he won't be there next year.
Sure.
The receiver class next year, is it gonna be this good? We drafted CeeDee Lamb for advance. Sure. We drafted him a year early. Why can't we do the same thing? You got a great receiver right here, and you're going to wait a whole nother year for no reason?
Sure.
You can be ahead of the curve. Instead of being reactive, you can be proactive and get a receiver right now. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And now, when Brandon Cooks walk out the building, you already stacked. You like, okay, let's rock out. And Dak needs some more weapons. Yeah. We seen Brandon Cooks' size and stuff like that kind of was throwing in our back in that Green Bay game. Like, them boys was all over Brandon Cooks. Sure. So, like, you need a bigger receiver. You need a more dynamic receiver, I feel like. That's just my opinion. A lot of people super high on Cooks. I like Cooks, but I feel like that's a you know what I'm saying? I feel like we can get better, though. I really do.
Yeah, Cooks got going towards the end of the season. He ended up being more of a red zone touchdown guy. Like, he had like 8 touchdowns, but he didn't get a whole bunch of receiving yards. So
nah, he didn't.
I think you got to add somebody else, man. Like, and you know, it's just that formula, bro. Like, all right, Ferguson getting his, CD getting 20 targets or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And Cooks was still trying to find his way, man. And maybe Cooks don't really fit here as an all-the-time guy like that, as a 1,000-yard receiver in his offense. Yeah. Maybe Ferguson is your second, 1,000-yard receiver, and Cooks just
maybe he need the year 2. We don't know. Possibly. Maybe he need the second year and he go crazy. Him and Dak was a little off. Yeah. I'm not blaming it all the way on Cooks. That's what I tried to say on my show, because a lot of people got mad at me because I've been saying, bro, I don't care nothing about Cooks. I want a better receiver. Yeah. But I think people fail to realize I'm attacking the whole operation. Whether it was Mike McCarthy scheming, Dak throwing the ball, or Brandon Cooks getting open, I don't care which one it was. I'm talking about the whole operation. It didn't work to the degree that I would like. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I want to see somebody go out there and pair with CeeDee Lamb and give people all kinds of problems, bro. We did not see that. It was plenty of times we was like, man, what Brandon Cooks said? Like, what's going on? Couldn't nobody get open that Green Bay game. Sure. Nobody to the end of the game.
Let me ask you a question, big dog. We talk about playoff football. A lot of people want to hit on Dak, but when we talk about playoff football, we talk about defense and we talk about run game. We ain't had neither. But let me ask you this. Was the run game bad, or was Deuce Vaughn bad? Which one was it?
What you mean, Deuce? Deuce ain't even play.
So when Deuce did play, he ain't do nothing. But what I'm asking, was the run game bad, or was Deuce Vaughn bad? And then when you answer that question, let me know if Deuce is in your plans for this next year.
Absolutely not. I'm drafting like Deuce don't exist. That's me. Yeah. We call him little legs on my side of town. He has some very small legs. I just don't think that I don't think he's that. I don't know, man. Maybe he could do something with the right team. What it is about Deuce, he's so small, man. When I seen him at camp, I lost all hope. Yeah. When I seen him in person, I was just like, I don't know, Voch. Like, what?
He little bitty, man. He little
like, bitty. Look, we can say that all day, Voch, how small he is. Yeah. But when you see him with your own eyes, that's gonna change it. Like, you just gonna be like, wow, that's him right there. Like, it makes no sense how small this dude is.
I thought Deuce was a really good running back in college, and I was like, man, if this dude was 3 inches taller, he'd be a first round pick. Like, that's the type of dude that he was. But then when he got here, if he had running lanes, we just talking about preseason right now. Preseason ain't even real football. But when he had running lanes, he looked great. But it's something about the regular season and real football happened, and nothing happened. So I'm just asking people, if the run scheme and the O-line block better, would Deuce be better? Like, could he really be? Yeah, go ahead.
They wasn't good either. Like, so let's be honest about that. But I will say, I just seen it's a good indication when you seen Deuce go from somebody that Mike McCarthy said specifically that he has packages for. Like, I have Deuce Vaughn packages.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No.
That motherfucker said it, but that don't mean nothing. That don't mean it existed.
I'm just saying, they considered him.
My mama said
his name.
My mama said Santa Claus was real. Shit.
I'm just saying, they act like, allegedly that he had some Deuce Vaughn packages. And then we seen them intentionally try to use Deuce Vaughn.
Sure.
And then next thing you know, they never did that shit again. Like, it was like, we done.
Yeah.
So to me, like, some people gonna say, you ain't seen Deuce be bad, or you can't say Deuce bad. I could say that from the way the team operated with Deuce Vaughn, they don't believe a lot in him.
Yeah.
Because they gave him opportunity and then they just stripped it away and never looked back again. Next time you know, he was just on the sideline in joggers. That's how he was the rest of the year. So to me, that says that they don't look at him like a real running back.
So far, what you have for me, you ain't even know I was just keeping records of this. You want to go O-line in the first round. You want to go wide receiver in second or third.
Yeah.
So where you want to fit running back, and which running backs do you like?
I think you can I like Trey Benson. I think Trey Benson a complete back. I feel like he could be a every down back for Dallas. I really do.
Yeah.
But even Jonathan Brooks, I know he's been hurt.
Yeah.
But we did the surgery, so that's a prime indication that Dallas doing
like
the Birdman.
They like. Let me tell you something, man. I don't want to hear no more about Dr. Cooper doing the surgery because I didn't see him do surgeries that didn't work, and people still came back terrible. I don't care nothing about him doing the surgery, but he did the surgery. Yeah, go ahead.
They love him. They love him when he do the surgery. That's almost a light that shines for the Cowboys. So keep your eye on him. But I believe you can. Do you think he could be there in the third for us, right? Trey Benson? I think he could be. I
think Trey Benson is good enough. He's my one back. I think he's so good. He probably gonna be a late second round guy. I think he's gonna be a late second round guy.
Don't say that. Don't hurt my heart.
I think Trey Benson is in that same cloth as like Breece Hall and like Kenneth Walker and those guys. Like, hey, you could draft these dudes in a second. I think he's in that cloth. And people saying that, hey, no running back's gonna go to the third round. I call BS on that. I think Benson is, and Danny ran the 4.39. I think he going second round.
We seen running back stock go up last year. They was talking about. We ain't drafting no Gibbs. High Gibbs win first round.
12. You ain't got a lot of me, dog. You ain't got a lot of me, player. No, sir.
Hey, I was telling people, everybody talking about, I don't want no Bijan, I don't want no Gibbs. I said, man, them dudes ain't running backs. They weapons. Yeah. It's a difference. Yeah. It's a difference. And look at what Gibbs did for the Lions in that first year. Sure. Just went crazy for him.
Sure.
So we the only ones that played ourselves acting like we don't need a running back. We don't need a running back. We could draft a running back in the 6th round, Voch, in a loaded running back draft.
Yeah.
And listen, I almost disagree with every pick we did last year. And like, it sounds crazy, but honestly, I had to talk myself into it because I'm an optimistic fan. I still got to say, okay, maybe we finna use them like this, and then we'll be fine.
Right.
You still got to talk yourself into it because that's all you got.
We'll be all right.
So, yeah, we got Dak, we got CD and them and Michael. We gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you watch our natural reactions, we can't deny that.
What they doing with this school making shit? What the hell they doing with for Hoko right here?
Listen, when they drafted, the only reason I think people was happy about Mozzie, to be honest, is because we didn't want no tight end.
Yeah.
Everybody thought we was finna draft tight end, and when we heard anything but tight end, we was like, thank God.
I take Michael Mayer was some. Hey, yo, look, don't ever say Michael Mayer name to me no more, dog.
We were just a sigh of relief that we didn't draft a tight end. I honestly believe that was our reaction. So we didn't trip on Mozzie too hard.
Yeah.
But like I said I didn't want a defensive tackle in the first. I was all the way out on that.
Yeah.
Then the second round, you draft another tight end. Now at the time, we thought Hendershot was a real life tight end at the time. We thought Hendershot was gonna be
it's false.
A participant.
No way. Not this time. We created it.
Oh, you didn't like him.
Hendershot had 7 catches last year, man. Year before that.
We seen some nice stuff from Hendershot, right?
Jake was a dude, but not no Hendershot. Nah, man, Hendershot can go.
But did you feel like we needed a tight end though?
Nah.
Exactly. So that's pretty much what I'm getting at.
Okay.
We didn't feel like tight end was a need.
Yeah.
So why would you go school right there?
Tight end still a need. Tight end still a need.
It's still a need right now. And like I said, man, I did a video on my channel for this year. I said, man, we can't afford, if we gonna put everything on the draft, if everything is riding on the draft, we gotta let the politics go this year, Voch. Like if this dude better, bro, play that dude. Our margin for error is too small, man. We need to let the real guys play. And the reason I brought that up, if John Stevens Jr. go out here and be better than Schoonmaker, he need to play, bro. He need to play.
So do you think that, come camp time, the Cowboys, and look, the answer is no. But do you think that come camp time, the Cowboys are going to approach this thing with no politics? Quinn is gone, and hey, Wanye, is your time now, or if Izzy come out here playing corner and he's better than whoever, that he's going to have opportunity. Do you think that we're going to go into camp with zero politics?
I think zero politics is probably a little delusional, a little fantasy land.
That's a bit much.
But at least bring it down to the bare minimum. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because listen, do you think if John Stevens win this job clear in camp like he was doing last year?
Yeah.
Don't forget, he looked it better than Jake for a minute.
Sure
like
did.
everybody was talking about John Steven. They was like, man, this dude and wow everybody.
Sure did.
Now, how did he go from being the best tight end in camp to losing the second tight end to Schoonmaker?
Yeah.
We can't have that kind of politics, man. That dude looked like a weapon out there. Just imagine him and Jake Ferguson. That'll turn his offense up a lot right there alone. That'll turn his offense up a lot. So we just can't do the politic game this year, man. We just can't. We can't. If we want to actually win, we got to let that go. We have to.
We're going to draft a running back and start Rico Dowdle.
It's fact. Yes. Yes.
We're going to start Rico Dowdle.
Listen,
I hate it here. I hate this team sometimes, dog. Look, they're my squad, but I can't stand them up.
We can't stand their ways.
Yeah.
They just operate. You know, like they that cousin that you don't want to do no business with. You love them, but you just don't trust them. You don't like how he move.
Auntie and them saying that's that's your cousin. I don't do him like that. Nah, that's your family.
If the Cowboys was your cousin, you would probably want him to clap when you walk upstairs. Like clap till I come back.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't steal nothing. You know what I'm saying? You just can't trust them, man.
Yeah.
We love you, but we just don't trust you. That's what it is.
Man, one more thing, and I'm gonna get you up out of here, man. Do you think that the Cowboys have fallen behind in the conference or whatever? Like we way far behind the Eagles, we way far behind San Francisco, we way far behind. Detroit's a player now, Green Bay's a player now. We way far behind them. Do you think we've fallen so far behind?
You said a conference, so that's all NFC teams.
Yeah,
that's a tough one.
Yeah,
because I would have been comfortable talking about the division.
Because look, I don't take the Eagles or the Giants in them series.
I still feel like we the big dog.
They doomed.
I really do.
The Eagles doomed. You know what I'm saying? Just watching them at the end of the season last year, they can't wait to quit. But just the conference is what matters to me.
Yeah, the conference. When you talk about San Francisco, we can't say we did anything to improve. They improving. You know what I'm saying? And they was already better than us. Like we can't be delusional about this. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say we better than them right now. I still think I'll take my team over Detroit. I really will. It just feel like Dak could figure it out, bro. We'll beat Detroit. I just feel like we'll find a way to beat Detroit. Even though they played great ball in their conference game and all of that stuff, but I just feel like Dallas will beat Detroit.
Yeah.
Green Bay, I think now that they on the radar, I think we caught them. I think they caught us off guard a little bit.
We gonna beat the fuck out of Green Bay.
We'll beat them this time around. I feel like we'll beat them because we'll take them way more serious.
I agree.
And a team that we probably forgetting. Well, we're not forgetting about them, but I think they up and coming right now. They got a quarterback now. What you think about the Falcons? I think Kirk gonna do some stuff with that offense over there. I don't know what their defense gonna do, but
Arthur Smith was so bad. He was giving the ball to Cordero Patterson and not Bijan. And he was throwing the ball to John New Smith and not Kyle Pitts, you know what I'm saying? But they got dudes over there. They got some dudes, but they don't have defense. So they're gonna be a playoff team.
Yeah.
And I think they got the 4th seed because Saints ain't gonna be good.
They'll take over the Bucks.
Okay. So
it's the one of last year.
Yeah. So if Kirk Cousins can get up to speed and they use Bijan and Kyle Pitts and London and them properly or whatever, then they can. And then they got their early pick this year. It'll be a little tough, man. It's gonna be tough, but we can. Falcons ain't there yet. They're a new good team, but they ain't there yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just want to put a small bit of respect on Kirk Cousins. I feel like he a decent quarterback. He gonna make life in Atlanta a little better though. I really do feel like that.
Yeah.
They offense gonna pump. Like if nothing else work, I feel like they gonna do some offensive things over there that people gonna like. But who else in the NFC? I said Green Bay will beat Detroit.
That's it. They don't ain't nobody else really. It's just
we'll struggle with San Francisco until I see difference. I can't talk confidently about them until I see my team beat them. So
let me ask you this: if we sign Bakhtiari, J.K. Dobbins, and a veteran one tech and have a good draft, would you feel better going into the season?
Good draft, the one that I got in my head, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, of course. Of course, we draft better than them in our game.
One I got in my head, I'd be ready to go. Like the one I did on my show, I'd be ready to rock with that.
Yeah.
I'd be ready to rock with that. Yeah. Because I got me a dope wide receiver.
Yeah.
and I got me a dope offensive tackle. I got me a dope running back. That's gonna turn on my offense a whole lot. Yeah. Like, we have no starting running back right now. We got Rico Dowell.
That's it.
That's it. So we need a running back. If we get a dope running back like Trey Benson, boom, we ready to go, man. We ready to rock out.
Landlord from Alabama, time has flown quickly.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you so much for coming onto the platform, sir, and I'm incredibly proud of you, sir, because I seen you from 0 subs all the way to where you at now. Where you at now?
I'm a little over 5K right now.
That's it's hard to get to 5. It's hard to get. Now, once you get to 5, you're gonna wake up one morning and have 20. That's just how life go. But it's hard. It's hard to get. You gonna get that. But it's hard to get that first 5, dog. And I seen you do it, and you did it the right way. You ain't do it via controversy or you know what I'm saying, talking crazy to nobody. You did it your own way, man. I just want to show some grace and some, you know what I'm saying. Shouts out to you, sir. Great job.
Appreciate you, man. I really do. You know, y'all inspired me, man, off of this channel. So, you know, I really do appreciate you talking your good words for you, boy, man. I really do.
Hey, man, come back post-draft and during the season. That's Landlord from Alabama. I've been saying that for a long time. They don't even know.
Hey, look, that name come from your platform.
Damn.
I'm just Landlord, but then you was like, you called me Landlord from Alabama.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good warning. Like, hey, the dude from Alabama, know, he gonna talk country. Hey, that's what you getting when you come over here. So, hey.
Got a good ring to it. Got a good ring to it. Hit your button, man. Hit your button. What your button set up at? You ain't got it.
I don't know if it worked over here, but
Nah, it don't work over.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on the rescreen, but yeah,
it's all good. Man. I'm a still play it on my. I love that drop, man. I hit the OG shit. I hit the, you know what I'm saying. Hey, man, appreciate you for coming on. We'll have you again, Landlord from Alabama on all platforms, and hit his Cash App, man. We ain't doing nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Support him. Y'all hold down for the Dallas Cowboys. Go check out all the other content, man. Salute.